Hi everyone, Sandra here. I don't know if you could tell or not, but I still have my head cold, so I thought today would be a great time to make up some shower steamers. And what those are they're just like bath bombs is what they are, only you use them in the shower. And you may want to do that if A, you don't like taking baths, B, you don't have time for a bath, or C, you don't have a bathtub. Some people don't, they just have shower stalls. So you can use these in place of your bath bombs. And I'm making these specifically for people who have colds and flu symptoms, but there's a whole different array of oils you can use or try for different situations. Like maybe you want to make some because you're in the shower first thing in the morning before work and you want something to help energize you. Well, you can use certain oils for that, just like you can if you take your shower at night and you want to relax a little before bed. So look down in the description box and I'll have different oil combinations for you there. So what you're going to need is baking soda, cornstarch, citric acid, water, and some oils. Let's get started. Alright, to start we're just going to put all of our powdered ingredients in there. And we're going to whisk them together. You just want to make sure they're well combined and there aren't any lumps. So it'll only take a few seconds here to do that. None of this looks very lumpy to start with. This head cold's really something, I'll tell you. Okay, it's already looking good. So now you're going to start adding water, but you're going to use very little water and you're going to add it very slowly because the citric acid is going to react with the baking soda, and the water is the catalyst for that, so you want to add it very slow. So we're going to start off with the 1 tablespoon here and just keep mixing it in. I'm thinking it's going to take about 2 tablespoons, but we'll find out. What we're looking for is like the consistency of wet sand or damp sand, like you would use when you go to the beach and make a sand castle. So you want it to hold together like that. That's about what you're looking for. So let's just make sure, maybe just a little bit more. I'm going to add about a half a tablespoon, maybe even a little bit less. Let's switch hands here. You can always add more water if you need to. If you did add too much, then just go ahead and add a little bit more baking soda or cornstarch. Okay, I'm just going to mix this a little bit better with my hand and see how it grabs together. That looks good. Now we can add our oils. And you're going to want to go a little heavy on these oils. It may smell like too much to you, but remember, these are going to be at the bottom of your shower, and you really want that aroma to come up. So I'm going to use, I would say, about 25 drops of lavender here. You got that in there. And lavender is great for headaches. Besides relaxing you, it works really well for headaches. And over here I have eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is a pain reliever too, if you can believe it. But it's just really good for everything respiratory. So stuffy nose, runny nose, even a cough and sore throat. So I'm going to add, I'd say, about 20 drops. You can always add more if you feel the need. So 20 drops of that. I'm going to give you just like a guide down in the description along with all the measurements of everything. So we're doing that. And then the last one here is rosemary. And rosemary is good for your respiratory system as well. And it's a great immune system stimulator. So we're putting a bunch in there. I'd say that's probably about 25 drops in there. And we're going to mix this all up. Now I can't smell it as well as you probably will unless you're making them when you have a cold like I do. But you really want to incorporate those oils in there all over. Just keep mixing it. I want to get all that in there. Now citric acid, you can find small amounts of it wherever you buy your canning supplies, because a lot of people use it for tomatoes and stuff like that. But if you're looking to get a bigger bag, I'll put a link down in the description. Amazon sells bigger bags of it. Okay, that looks good to me. So now what we're going to do is I'm using an ice cube tray. You can use whatever type mold you want. And we're just going to put, I don't know, probably a couple tablespoons in each one. And you're going to pack them down in there. So put it in there. You don't need these as big as bath bombs because typically you don't spend nearly as long a time in the shower as you do in a bath. And also you're not using all that water. They're not going to be in, you know, a tub full of water. You're going to want to put these as far away from the drain as you can. So usually in the corner of the shower stalls works. It needs a little bit of water to activate, but I'm sure, it'll hit plenty. But if you put them near the drain, then I just feel like everything's being washed down the drain. Pack it in there tight. Alright, they're all packed down in there. I tried to even them up as much as I could with this spoon here. And what we're going to do now is you're just going to let them sit. And depending on the size of the mold you're using, these can take anywhere, I'd say, from 5 to 10 hours. I'm gonna say with the ice cube trays here, I figure around 6 hours, maybe 7. You can let them sit however long you want, but I'd say after 6-7 hours they should be able to come out of this tray just fine, or let them go overnight. That'd be fine too. You're just gonna pop them out and they'll be ready, and when they are, I'll be back with you. Okay, they're all done. I popped them out of there. See how they're shaped? Oh, can you see this? I don't know. Here, let me see. There you go. That's a pretty good size. And I'm just going to put them in one of these old Tupperware container things, because you want to keep these in something airtight. And you could fix these a little bit with a knife, just go around it somewhat, and they'd make a nice gift for someone. If you're going to store these in the bathroom in particular, it's very important that they be in a sealed container, because any kind of humidity is going to wreck them. So take them out when you need them. Use more than one if you like. You know, it's up to you. One thing I wanted to mention though, when I put them in here and then set them on the counter here, I did cover it just lightly with this paper towel because they are strong smelling, and if you don't want your whole kitchen smelling like that when they're drying, it cuts down on it a little bit. And they did dry a lot faster than I thought. These are after 4.5 hours. I guess it just depends on how dry or not humid your kitchen is. But anyhow, I hope you try them. I hope you like them. And make sure to check the description for different oils and stuff like that. But just another thing you can do for yourself or someone you love when they're not feeling good. Anyhow, thumbs up if you liked the video. I'd appreciate that. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. It was nice talking to you. And you take care.